Optifine. How you get Optifine? So you're gonna go to your browser. You're gonna type in Optifine. Download. Click on it. You're gonna click up here, downloads, and then for the version that you want, you're gonna want to do, like if I was doing 1.8, then I'm gonna scroll down here to 1.8.8, and I'm gonna click download this one up here. But because I'm doing 1.16.2 and I do actually need to download it for that, I'm going to click download. You don't want to ignore anything that pops up. See, this pops up. You want to ignore all of that. It will not be good. So you pay attention up here and the content below, blah, 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 etc. You want to click skip and download. You have to wait a few seconds up top too. So then it'll start downloading down here. Keep. So I'm just going to show in folder and put it on move to desktop. And it should be somewhere on your desktop. Right here, install, make sure that it's going into this kind of same thing. Optifine has been installed. Minecraft launcher. It should automatically appear down here. You don't need to do anything. Play, survival, and create a new world to show you some things. Difficulty, let's put it on normal. Game mode survival, allow cheats on. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is first off, I will show you some starter things just so that if you ever start your world on your own and you need help doing this, you can kind of learn what you need to do to get started. Now, on Twitch, I have a pretty simple setup. It's just I don't even have a roof on my house. You don't necessarily need it unless it's a small house. Glass windows is always very nice when you can. So once you get like 3 or 4, if you do have bonus chests, try not to forget that. So if you double click something, so click, it brings all of them in a chest, or if you have some in your inventory too, then you click, and it brings everything into your hand. And so sorting your inventory is also very important. Because of Optifine, what Optifine does is it kind of improves your frames and stuff, and it also gives you the ability to zoom in on things. When you zoom, it's like this kind of thing. So you go into video settings to change all of this. Render distance 16 chunks is usually pretty good if you have a very strong computer. Obviously, down there you'll see that you need 2 gigabytes of RAM for 48, but it's not super helpful, and any servers probably go up to a maximum of 32. You can play on 32. On my computer, I have a decent computer. I get 150 frames, but I do have a 165 monitor, and I don't need 32 chunks, so I bring it down to 16 usually. Actually, I might get a little bit more. If you put it on unlimited, it kind of doesn't. It's a little bit weird. So this is in general the fastest. So, sorting your inventory is very important. I have this slot as 1, 2. So the automatic is 1, 2 through 9, but I have it on 1, 2, 3, and then I have it on a bind that I usually use for melee in games on my mouse, and then R is my 5th slot. Those are the only 2 that I've changed so far. I do that because these 2 slots can be used for, usually water bucket goes here if I'm not in the nether. And if I am in the nether, then I put a fire pot in the other slot, this slot. So the trick with the start of the game is you're going to get wood once you have 3 or 4. Oh my gosh, this is a good cave. Oh, that's an amazing cave. Okay, so also shaders are okay if you want to like make everything look really nice, but it's not practical for actually doing gaming, or like, yeah, gaming basically. So basic crafting tips. I'm gonna keep that. Alright, so you go like this. Actually here, if you only have oak planks, then what most people do is if you hold down right click, it only puts one in each slot rather than spreading them out evenly with left click. So you do that, and then they go 1, 2. So then you do this and that, right? And then you have extra sticks. So you always, first thing you do is make a wood pickaxe, then you get 3 stone, cobblestone. You do this, you make a stone pick, just because of how efficient it is. Also, if something's like right here and I want to swap it to the second slot, I click 2 and it swaps, and I click 2 and it swaps back. So I don't have anything right now. I don't have a shield. Shields are very important to get once you can get iron. But before that, axes kind of work as a, if you already have an axe, it works. The trick is, so if I also a good thing to do is once you get iron, get also flint. But until then, what you want to do, so see the plus underneath it. If I jump, like that just means that it's going to do the maximum amount of damage like this. If you jump and when you start falling, 1 tap with a stone axe, because it does even more damage. So when you're PvPing or fighting a mob or anything like that, you're going to do this rather than, I don't think it 1 taps with a stone. Yeah. In my opinion, boots are the most important part of armor early game. Just because fall damage sucks. Yep. Okay, so we're gonna go back to this cave. We do have torches. What I did was I put them in my offhand, which means that if I right click, it's gonna place a torch. So I can be holding anything, and if I right click, but if I'm holding food, it's gonna eat the food before it places the torch. And same with potion, anything like that. It mains whatever's in this hand. So with a bow, you'd shoot the bow, and then you'd place it probably. I don't know. I guess I've never really tested that. Cobblestone is pretty good for building. What you want to do to get down something like this, you never want to dig straight down. That's like Minecraft rule number 1. Hopefully you guys know at least that. Some of these other things, like, yeah, that could be forgivable, but this is, you should know not to dig straight down. So after a certain amount of blocks, you take damage, and you can either go like this and do that to get down, or if you jump, like I could jump and try to block clutch over there, like that. Block clutching is where you place a block underneath where you're jumping to, but you know, obviously jumping that far does also mean that you're going to take some fall damage, which in my current state is not very good. But there's 8 iron right here, so that'll make, okay, 7. No. Seriously? So right here, you don't want to place another block, you just jump up, save all the blocks you can. So now I'm going to get 8 cobblestone to make a furnace. And this creates charcoal, which is honestly more efficient than just using the wood, but you can also use the wooden pickaxe right now. So we're going to let that cook. There's more iron. There is coal right there. There's iron up above. I'm not too worried right now. Usually I would probably end up going for all of those, but right now it's just not that big of a thing. I mean, I'm not going to be playing this world for very long, so now, oh, okay, so then we're going to cook some food, and then we'll get the iron ore starting. Yeah, so what I'm doing here is I'm getting some blocks so I can bridge. Bridging techniques do include, just speed this up. Okay, so bridging techniques do include this, where you uncrouch every block to speed it up. Honestly, for not like you can practice in creative or whatever, and you can just start doing this for the time being. There's also, if you're playing like multiplayer, Bed Wars, that's a good bridge in general. Also this, because I don't have to crouch, and that happens. Um, so that's pretty good. There's also missing apparently your block. So I'm down here, that's up there. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go like that. So different foods give you different amounts of saturation. So I'm gonna regen quite a bit of health, I guess to full HP, from whatever I was at, which is very good. If I was eating bread, I would probably only regen maybe a heart, maybe a little bit less than a heart. Or sorry, a little bit more than a heart. Yeah. So to get down, you kind of need a water bucket, which actually I'm not gonna make a chest plate. I'm just gonna make a water bucket. I will show you some other. There's a bunch of commands that you can do. I think if you're the owner of a realm, you can do them inside the realm, but I'm not 100% sure as I've never actually owned a realm. All I know is that when I joined someone else's, I was unable to do commands. It may also be a setting within the realm that ended up being turned off. So digging down right there was very low risk because I saw before that there was was it 2 blocks? Yeah, 2 blocks before I would have even fallen even a block. So I had no worry. There could have been lava coming out the side, but that's not really, at this height, there's not much to worry about. So when mining for diamonds, you want to be below Z, you want to be on Y 13.0 or lower. Yeah, basically. So I can really quickly show the fill command /fill, and then you're gonna hit tab 3 times. So that does this. Hit enter. It doesn't actually do anything, but it does whatever block you're looking at. And then you're gonna want to go over here. Oh, not fall. Oh. Yeah, not good. So, oh, okay. So, yeah. So then what you can do, oh, is, oh my gosh, is a little bit scuffed. So if I want to filter here, then I'll do up arrow / up arrow, tab 1 2 3, space, and then let's say cobblestone. Hit tab to go to the top one. You can hit tab to go to different ones, and also use the arrows. Hit enter. And it will apparently, oh, wait, oh, I did cobblestone stairs and mossy cobblestone stairs. Cool, yep, so then I just filled from all of those points to that. Oh my gosh. Well, I've fallen really far away. We're just gonna go /game mode and fly back up here real quick. So that's another game mode. Actually, down here, obsidian, water, lava, etc. This is my shaft. We are at, so this is 13, so we should technically, if we fly around but down here for a little bit, we should, okay, that's just a lot. Usually you would be able to find diamonds in this situation, I guess, and it's a little bit more rare now, but in general you should be able to find diamonds there. So this mine shaft is unfortunately at 18, which means no chance of diamonds spawning, like in here. If you find a mine shaft, that's an even better chance. Oh my gosh, my dog. So this is a minecart chest. This is actually a really bad minecart chest. Name tag's decent, but for the most part, that's trash. A few nice commands might be /game rule, keep inventory true. Right, and then I can do /kill, and I don't lose my stuff. Make a water bucket, right? I like to swap that into this hand. Probably before I did this, I would either have almost a stack of logs, so I'd have something to build out of. But just for the sake of time, we're just gonna spam up arrow and do 28. Give me 2 stacks. Like that. Okay, so the trick with a water bucket, Oh no, I forgot that I had to hit R. Okay, trick of the water bucket. So I have water, right? So if I want to get down, oh, okay. And you don't want to spam left click especially, or right click especially if you have like something in your offhand, especially a shield, like that would be the worst one. So yes, you can use a water bucket for this kind of thing. It's all good. So, oh, with Enderman, you want to have a 2 because they're 3 blocks tall. That worked. Okay, man, I don't even remember how to do that. Whatever. So, oh, so if it does come to attack me, actually, we can drop down, and I want to see if this works. Okay. Yeah. So water hurts Enderman, so it isn't going to be able to get anywhere near me. Yeah. So baked potatoes are decent food. Anything cooked is decent. You don't really want to eat raw food. Raw chicken will give you food poisoning half the time. You can use water buckets for stuff like that. It's called MLG water bucketing, basically. You just wanna you have to get pretty good at timing. In some situations it'll be worth it. Oh, buddy, okay. Yeah, so water's pretty good for that too. You can use that in the end. Easy end pro. So there's a bunch of basic blocks in Minecraft. Bedrock obviously is indestructible, but it's only at the very bottom of the world. If you break nether gold ore while in the nether, it will trigger pigmen. No, not pigmen. Another trick that I like is then you can do this, and you get cooked food without having to cook it, and that's just something that a lot of people do. Alright. Chickens will just burn to death before it gets put out, unless they're near water. So, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you go up 1 across. I think that's, yeah, that's right, okay. So you want 2 and 4, so 6 up and 4 across. And then you go into the nether. Obviously it takes longer than that if you're in survival. Yo, okay. So this is the red nether biome. This is a piglin. If you break gold, if you're not wearing gold armor, or if you break gold ore, no matter what, they will get mad at you and try to kill you. There is bastions, which is like, I don't know how, oh my gosh, this is one of the most lucky nether spawns I've ever seen. Oh, well, that I've ever gotten at least. So these are bone blocks. They go, what? Whoa. Yo, okay. I haven't seen a bunch of these. Yeah, so these are in this world, I guess, and in the overworld. In the overworld, they are much smaller, and they usually have a gold block up there. Yes, that's the thing. This is a bastion. There is a bunch of chests. If you open the chests or break anything of gold, then the piglins will get mad at you. No way is the chest in there. My trick is I like to make a hopper. See, okay, yeah, so you can break all this gold. Sometimes you get unlucky and you can't find this. That was one of my experiences. But yes, if you find a chest, you can get a hopper. Oh, here we go. So this is the main big chest. You can do that, right? And it's going to filter down into here. Soul speed 3. Golden carrots are very good for food. They have high saturation. Saturation is how much it's going to heal you if it fills up your hunger bar. So this is what a bastion looks like. You get a challenge for doing that. If you open one of these chests, then the piglins will get very agitated and most likely kill you. There's that. Oh my gosh, this spawn has everything. So in a nether fortress, what you are looking for is going to be with the soul sand boost, you just run way fast. This is speed. This is soul sand 3. Obviously 2 and 1 are much slower. Blaze. So you need the blaze rods to make blaze powder, and then you combine the blaze powder with ender pearls to make eyes of ender. also can use a whole blaze rod to make a potion stand. It might be worth it if you're not the best at the game. So there's also a such thing as a hoglin. I need to find another one of those. So those flowers basically stop them from getting they deter hoglins. Yeah, but they can only be placed on this red stuff. Oh, here we go. Okay, so basically, what a hoglin looks like, it looks like a tusked pig. There we go. This is what a hoglin looks like if you kill it. It gives you pork and I guess the chance for leather. To find a end portal, you need to find a dungeon or a yeah. So Eye of Ender, you're gonna want at least like 12, I guess, because 12 is if you get a really unlucky spawn. To tame a dog, you need bones, and then you usually want to use rotten flesh or some form of meat to heal them. So you want to go somewhere high up, preferably, and throw your Eye of Ender, and then that. And there is a chance that, so usually they drop right, but there is a chance that it will break and you won't be able to pick it up. So you obviously need more than one to, in general, be able to find it. At this point, we're getting pretty close. We're just gonna keep going this way. We did go pretty far, but no, I think you're just right here. Cool. So at this point, see how they both went in this area. I'm just gonna go straight down. Alright, so this is actually a pretty big temple. This isn't the... Oh, what? It was partially... Oh, I don't know how I didn't notice that. Okay, so you could literally see it was popping out of the water. Dang. That's rare, in my opinion. Yes, okay, so now what you would normally do is run through here and mark off, like, place blocks across a thing if you've been there. And at this point, you just kind of have to run through until you find it. Okay, so I'm just going to go into game mode, spectator, and then you can just kind of look around and try to find the... Ah, see, it's down here. That would have taken me so long. Yeah, and so this is what it looks like. You just kind of got to look around for a little while. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. Game mode, survival, no, maybe... Just to make it easier, so what you're gonna do, you're gonna break this, you're gonna kill all of these guys. A lot of these are monster blocks. I guess you can't break them. Whatever. Yep. So then you're gonna. So, oh my gosh, this is a very. If I had 12 and one of them had broken, we all. Yeah. So then there's this. Very cool. You can go into here. It will put you in the end. From here, I would recommend probably just building straight up. You hopefully you have bunches of cobblestone. Cobblestone is my recommended thing. So from here, I guess I can show you how to use the bow. You can just bridge up, and then you get up here. And what you're gonna do? So you get up like this, right? That. Okay, you wanna jump and do that, and be prepared. The water because it may end up blasting you off, and you might. Okay, I would have died if that was me. Oh, I guess it doesn't. So I'm gonna jump off and yep, see, cool. You want to bridge from one of the sides. So you can do here, right? Just do that, and I guess you're not gonna get knocked off there either. Same, you do that with all the other ones. I'm not very good at using the bow. Okay, so now all of them are broken. So, a good tactic is to use an axe when it goes down, and then also beds. Oh yeah. Okay, so you have a bed, right? And then you have your cobble. And once he comes down here, what you're gonna do, you wanna be right here, right? Say his head is this way. Place the bed, place the cobble, and I'm gonna go to sleep, and it's gonna blow up in his face. I will show that when he gets down here. Okay, so at this point, I've just given myself a sharpness level 10,000. I should be able to just shot everything. The Ender Dragon. Dare fight me. Oh, here we go. Alright, so what? Oh, that's way too much